Looking for a vacation that sends shivers down your spine? This next segment is all about ghost stories, eerie encounters, and places where the past refuses to stay buried. Our next guest knows how to craft a spooktacular haunted travel destination for all you thrill seekers and paranormal lovers.
Oh yeah, joining us now is travel expert Adam Duckworth. Welcome back to ATL Live. It's our first time meeting, and I feel like that's a crying shame.
It is.
It's about time.
But it's nice to meet you.
Yes,
Becky,
nice to meet
it's
you
great to see you.
I'm so glad you're back.
And I have to tell you, based on what I've researched for this segment about the city of Atlanta, I might not be back for a while based on how haunted this place is.
I just got chills.
There are places everywhere in this town that are filled with ghouls and ghosts.
Yeah,
so let's get into a couple of them.
But you know one place in particular.
The Fox Theater. Have you been to the Fox Theater in Atlanta? Okay, well, it was opened in 1929, and the legends are many about how haunted this place is. So let's start with, there was a guy who died in a projection room long ago. His spirit is said to haunt the facility. There is a rumor, at least rumor or legend, that there was someone who died and her spirit haunts the Fox Theater and kind of moves the elevators when people are in the elevator. See, Andrew, this is why we haven't met before. And the Fox Theater, though, in Atlanta, if you're looking for a little staycation in Atlanta, maybe you're in one of those surrounding areas, Duluth, Cumming, whatever, and you want to come down, this could be a cool staycation because the Fox Theater is also leaning into like these ghost tours. They're doing ghost tours now in their own facility, so don't miss that if you're in the Atlanta area.
So good. I'm so excited for this. Okay, one of my favorite places, just lived there for a little while, Savannah, and it's known as one of the most haunted cities in America for good reason.
Lovely place, great southern food, haunted as all get out. Like it is totally.
Every block.
So in the Civil War, there was a lot of activity in Savannah, Georgia, and yellow fever took over, which meant there was a lot of death there. So there was this hospital called the Marshall House, and that actually became haunted. At least legend would tell us that it was. So much so that they had to shut it down. Ghosts were in the hallway haunting staff and patients alike, and so we shut that place down. Also, Ghost Hunters did an episode in Savannah on the Moon River Brewing Company. And did you see this one?
Yes, I did.
They recently shut this down. So you go to Savannah expecting Southern charm, and you might get a little ghoul and goblin along your way. Great place to do it.
And that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's venture a little bit further. You have some fun ideas. We're talking about Salem.
Do you love Hocus Pocus, the movie?
I do.
My kids love Hocus Pocus. Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, Sarah Jessica Parker. Takes place in Salem, right? And this is where Salem really became on the map because of the Salem witch trials, 1692, when they basically executed, I mean, you know, witches for their witchcraft and those kinds of things. And because that, the place became haunted over the course of time and very into paranormal activity. Now, let me tell you this, though. In Salem, the Hawthorne Hotel, said to be one of the most haunted hotels in the world, room 325. If you dare. They say is the most haunted. So if you are looking to do it, room 325.
You guys, I hope everybody has their notepads out because
there's a lot of info I'm bringing today. Rewind this and watch it again.
Let's stay in Massachusetts because there's another spectacular location.
You know Lizzie Borden? Well, legend tells us, actually not legend, a lot of people reported it. She was never convicted, but they said she killed her family with an axe, mom and dad both. Sad day. How, you know, sad about Liz and the things that happened up there. However, she was never convicted, so we don't want to cast aspersions. However,
Allegedly.
There's a Netflix series coming on this too, apparently. But you can stay in the house, and it's like a tourist attraction of where these murders took place. In fact, you can even stay in the room where the murders took place. Now, let me ask you both a question.
No.
Would you do it?
The answer is no. Before you ask the question, Adam.
We're already on the same page about
You're already like, no,
I get scared when my kids come into my bedroom at night, the little footsteps. I'm like, ah!
I'm like, you're fast asleep, and then they're like looking at you over. It's scary.
But I do love to spook people, to do the, you know, jump out at people. But I don't do unto those. As I shouldn't probably do that because it scares me. Okay, let's go to Colorado.
Colorado, yes.
Okay, this is our last one, and this is in Colorado, the Stanley Hotel. So Stephen King, famous author and novelist, actually stayed in the Stanley Hotel, and he reports that he had a nightmare one night. And after he woke up from that nightmare, he had this vision for the story of The Shining, which was a novel and became a movie. So the Stanley Hotel in Colorado became famous because of this story from Stephen King. In fact, there's tours, there's There's goblins, ghosts that they say haunt it, but there's even tours where you can tour the Stanley. There's even the Stephen King suite that you can stay in at the Stanley Hotel. And this would also be reported that there is a ghost who is a housekeeper who has apparently been reported to unpack guests' bags.
Well, now that's the kind of ghost I can get with.
Right, that's what I'm saying, Andrew.
But do they help pack your bags?
They don't help pack it, just to unpack. But this housekeeper is also said to not like unmarried people in the now I don't know, because a lot of the unmarried people I find in my life are a lot happier than the married people. So I'm like, why not?
We'll do a different segment with you on that, Adam.
Let's do that. But I figured they would be nice. But haunted destinations and these kinds of things are really something that people are looking for, not only at this time of year, but because it's interesting. It's something new. It's taking a journey.
Right.
It's almost leaning into history. Whether you believe it or not, the tales
You just said it. It goes beyond the spectacularness of it. It's about history as well. Adam, as usual, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
We are so glad that you shared these tips. And you guys head over to ATL Live Show, because we're going to have all of that on there, because you just shared 5 incredible locations to check out. Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I love it.